This video is a part of a series that helps dinghy sailors onto the path to becoming bareboat charter skippers. The entire series is contained in this playlist here. If you have any comments or feedback for us, please share them and help make the next video that much better. Enjoy! Anchoring under power. Now, the nice thing about the British Virgin Islands is that they've gone on kind of a campaign to put moorings everywhere. They wanted to put moorings everywhere to preserve their reefs and their underwater beauty, instead of having people dropping anchors on like delicate coral reefs or, small marine creatures. They put in a bunch of moorings, so you just tie onto those. Now, that's really nice because you almost always will have a mooring that you can tie up to. But if you have to, you want to know how to anchor as a backup. Now, anchoring is kind of an art and a science. There's a lot of rules to it, and then there's a lot of just like kind of like you feel like you're in the right spot and you're doing it okay. The nice thing about the British Virgin Islands, and again, one of the reasons that we picked it, is that anchoring where you can see the bottom in reasonably shallow water with all chain anchor, with consistent winds, with very little tide, is like basically the easiest set of circumstances that you can ever have for anchoring. If you practice it in the Boston Harbor with 10 feet of tide and inconsistent wind and inconsistent current, you're gonna be okay. Granted, it can still be difficult, and you can follow that link, and I have a huge story about how it didn't quite go so well for me. Any questions there?
You said it didn't go so well for you, but you're still here.
I'm still here.
So it didn't go too bad.
It didn't go that badly. No, we didn't hit anything. The anchor just didn't seem to want to work for like a day.
Do the charters generally come equipped with a drag alarm, with an anchor drag alarm, or is that not?
Sometimes you can set them on the chart plotter. It's just they don't have like a standalone drag alarm.
Yeah.
They'll just have on the chart plotter, you can have like a GPS alarm. And then it's up to you whether you decide whether you want the battery drain of having the GPS on all night versus having the option. Some of the depth sounders have it too, so that if your depth changes more than like 5 feet, it goes off. That also can be very annoying if someone has set that and then returned the charter boat and you get on it and you're like, why is the alarm going off every 5 seconds? All right. Remember, when you're trying to come to a dock, icy hill, no brakes. Honestly, I've been sailing for 5 years. I've been, maybe more than 5 years now. I've been doing bareboat charters for 4 years, and I'm still not that good at docking. I've dedicated this season to getting better, but it's literally costing me $10,000 to get the practice that I think that I need to become really good at docking a sailboat. That said, this is another reason that we chose the British Virgin Islands, because if you don't want to dock, you don't have to. When you leave, when you check out your first day or the second day, they will take you out. The charter company will put someone on your boat, get you out into the open water, and then he'll jump off onto a dinghy and you're free to go. When you're coming back in, you call them up on the radio, you say, hey, I'm coming back in, I'm ready to be done. And they'll send someone back out on the same dinghy and they will dock the boat for you. Especially in the British Virgin Islands, the way that they dock the boats, you don't want anything to do with it. You should let them do it. I mean, there's some easy situations and then there's what they do.
I remember when we came in, they docked the boat for us, and then another one of their guys docked the boat right next to us and smacked right into us. That's the guy who docks boats every day, and he still cranked it.
Yes, I was standing below.
Yeah.
It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is that
you don't want to be responsible for that. Just don't.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys bump their boats around. Maybe they get reprimanded, but they'll fine. They'll charge you $1,000 for some scratches. You don't want it. Let them do it. If you have to do it, pick a day with light wind. Pick a day. Basically light wind. Pick a location with a wide open dock with tons of room. So this is our fourth charter, our fourth bareboat charter, and this is the first time that any of us actually docked a boat. And So when we pulled this boat in, we tied up, this is called a med mooring. You let the anchor out in the front and you pull right up to the stern. So there's no side piers, there's no finger piers to hit. When we pulled this boat in, that boat wasn't there. We chose the most open area with the least possible things to hit. And I wish the skipper were here because I'd ask him how stressful it was, because he'd tell you it's pretty stressful. So it takes a lot. Let them do the docking, and you're in the British Virgin Islands, tie up to your moorings, and save learning how to dock for further in your sailing career is my strong recommendation. All right, that's big boats. That's big boat handling. Any other questions on that?
Do you ever run into situations where you run out of moorings?
Yes, you do. You can run out of moorings in the British Virgin Islands. The places that you can stay are so close together that you have to spend about a half an hour going to the other one, or you anchor. Most of the places that you can possibly run out of moorings have plenty of area around them where you can just anchor. So that's.
Put moorings.
Sorry?
Tend to be reasonable places to drop an anchor too, right?
So
where there's a mooring, it's also got the right kind of bottom, shallow enough to drop an anchor there too, right?
sometimes.
Not necessarily. The mooring can be very deep, depending on there. It might not be a good place to anchor. The other thing you want to keep in mind is you don't want to drop your anchor right next to a mooring. You have to go like to the edge of the field so you don't swing into the boat. So your boat's going to swing differently on anchor than on the mooring.
Yes, that's very true. Generally, sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. Most of the time though, the moorings take the best spots. So you get kind of left with what's left over, and that may or may not work out for you. Any other questions on big boats, docking, mooring, or not docking really? Okay. Oh, what do you got?
Even in the PBIs, do you dock on the mooring, or do you?
Absolutely.
Set in the PBIs?
Okay, so Dana is asking whether you can trust the moorings in the British Virgin Islands. Now, like I said, they just spent a ton of money. You know, they spend all this tourist money on putting good moorings in. They have mooring companies that inspect them. You will still go, if you go online and you read about moorings, you will find out that everyone who's willing to post a comment online says that they're going to dive on it, make sure that it looks good, check the mooring, and even possibly, once they're tied on, they'll put it in reverse to 2,000 RPMs to check the mooring. You can do that. Specifically ask your charter company if they want you to, because more often than not, 2,000 RPMs in reverse is going to break an otherwise perfectly acceptable mooring. So check with the charter company, and always feel free to dive on them. Some of them are too deep to really get to the bottom and take a look. And really, I'm not a mooring expert. I don't know what a mooring that's about to break, how that looks any different from a mooring that's been going to last for 5 more years. I don't know. So, yeah. Anybody else? All right.
Do you always have your first mate with you?
Do I always have my first mate with me? I always have someone else sailing that I trust on these charters. Single-handing is something that you can do, but if you're taking this class and you can single-hand a bareboat charter, you really should just take a walk, because that's not what we're covering. It's very advanced. We're not even getting close to all the skills that you need to do it single-handed. So absolutely, I always have at least one other sailor that I trust. The more the better. Hello again. Thank you for watching this video. If you've appreciated this content, please let us know with a thumbs up or down in the comments so that we're encouraged to make our next presentation into a video as well. These take us a little bit of production time. We had to convince some of our friends to help out, borrow some gear and rent some other gear. But if you guys find it useful, we'll take the time and make our next presentation into a video as well. Oh, speaking of, if you're looking for the next video in the series, it's right here. Thank you, Seagull. This is the awkward pause. I don't know what else to say. Go to the next video. Hurry up and click. It's getting weird.